Connecticut elementary school teacher resigning over woke lesson plans that she feels are stealing kids' innocence.
I felt like more of a political activist than a teacher in my own classroom. What's going on in classrooms across our country is pitting students against each other based on the color of their skin.
Joining me live now, former Manchester public school teacher Jennifer Tafuto. Jennifer, thanks for being here. What was the final straw for you?
Good morning, Todd. Thank you so much for having me. The final straw, that's a tough one. I think this past year has put so much into perspective, and having to ask my students questions, one, for example, I wonder why many white people didn't want black people to have an education. Another question that was really hurtful was, I wonder if my black students feel welcome in my classroom. And questions like those were really, targeting my integrity as a teacher. I'm a fourth generation teacher, and so this work was really upsetting to me.
I'm sorry that this has basically destroyed a lineage in your family of teaching. That is just horrible. To me, one example that really stood out from all this is this request that you as a teacher reflect on the racial context of your daily activities. Let's pop this up on the screen. You can see one of the things there is showering and brushing your teeth. How egregiously insulting is it that people of color, or two people of color, I should say, that brushing your teeth and showering are white people things?
Yeah, I was very taken aback by that assignment. I thought it was ridiculous. And you're right, it lends itself to saying that black people are unable to brush their teeth and take a shower in the same context that white people can. So I don't know where this ends.
Here is the statement from the district. Quote, Manchester Public Schools recognizes its responsibility to address in grade and age-appropriate ways issues that include racism, inequities, discrimination, and systemic bias. We proudly do so while also practicing culturally responsive and relevant teaching. What's your response?
Well, I think that the whole semantics game that schools are playing, whether you call it equity or social justice, is really just covering up the indoctrination on our students as well as on teachers. And, they pride themselves on equity, as many other districts do. Equity is giving students what they need to be successful, but I'm not really sure who is succeeding with content like this that's being pushed.
And as I always say when we do segments like this, I actually know the town of Manchester. If you don't think this is coming to a town or city near you, you are wrong, because Manchester is as middle class, middle America as it gets. They have the road race every Thanksgiving. Everybody gathers. It's always a fun time. This is shocking that it's happening there. Now to a big city. The Los Angeles Teachers Union president says it's okay that kids didn't learn math during the pandemic. They know the words insurrection, coup, and protest. Here's the quote. Our kids did not lose anything. It's okay that our babies may not have learned all their times tables. They know the difference between a riot and a protest. They know the words insurrection and coup. If you had any doubt about the political activism in education in this day and age, this teachers union president literally just spelled it out for you. What can parents do to fight back?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of her wanting her teachers to be political activists, which is exactly why I left. Parents at this point need to speak up and say that it's not acceptable to be taking place in their schools. I think that there's many opportunities. I have been involved with work with 1776 Action. And there's an educator pledge on their website, as well as a pledge for citizens. And so I think, there's statements of beliefs that are outlined very clearly, and it's giving people an opportunity to speak up and pledge that they will prevent this work from being taken place in classrooms and really align with the truth.
Jennifer, I certainly hope this isn't the end of the line in teaching for you. I know it's a passion of yours. And the good news in Connecticut, we do have a few Catholic schools, private schools here in the Nutmeg State. So hopefully you can get a job at one of them and continue your passion. Jennifer, thank you.